Hi, this is Madam Pamita, and I hope you enjoy this clip from my live magic Q&A. If you'd like to see the full recording of the live magic Q&A, you can do so. All you have to do is be a part of my coven. And to do that, all you have to do is click the link below or go to patreon.com/Madam Pamita. I hope you become a part of my coven and enjoy this clip. Barbara has a question. That's a great question. Do you believe that everything one puts out comes back to you? For example, baneful or banishment magic. This is a concept that comes to us through Wicca. Wicca is a modern religion. It was invented in the 1950s based on old folk magic and witchcraft practices of the past, but it is a new religion. So sometimes people think Wicca is like ancient pagan religion. No, it was invented in the 1950s. Gerald Gardner's pretty much the father of it. And it was invented based on older magical practices, but it was, really put together by them. Part of the Wiccan read or the Wiccan beliefs are that what you put out, the threefold law, that you put out something, you're going to get it back 3 times. So if you put out love, you get 3 times the love. If you put out a blessing, you get 3 times the blessings back. If you put out, binding, you're going to get 3 times the binding. If you put out a banishment, you're going to get 3 times the banishment. This is a belief of Wiccan system. So if you're a Wiccan and that's your belief system, that's fine. But that is not all witchcraft and not all magic practitioners. Not all magical practitioners are Wiccan. Wiccans are, I would say, exclusively magical practitioners. I don't know any Wiccans that don't practice magic. It's big part of the religion of Wicca. But Wicca isn't the only religion or the only belief system or the only path of magic. So, as I often explain, witchcraft is not a religion. Wicca is a religion that includes witchcraft, but witchcraft is a practice. You can be a Catholic witch, a Jewish witch, a Muslim witch, an atheist witch, a pagan witch, an animist witch. I mean, it goes on and on and on. You can be a spiritualist witch. You can be whatever you want to be and practice magic. That's fine. You can even practice magic and not call yourself a witch. That's fine too. So this idea that what you put out comes back to you comes to us from Wicca. So if you're Wiccan, that's your practice. If you're not Wiccan, that's not your practice. You don't have to do it, right? So I find that there are energies that we put out there, and we sometimes see, this is what I will say, I observe. If someone is consistently doing lots of negative magic, they're usually a negative person. And as a negative person, they're probably starting fights with people, causing problems, and they're going to have problems, right? It's kind of just normal observation that you see that. If someone's loving, usually they get love back, right? That doesn't mean that if you're justified in doing a binding spell on someone that you're going to get a binding. No, that's not going to. Let's say there's a rapist in your neighborhood and you want to stop the rapist in your neighborhood. So you do a binding spell on the rapist. Do you think that's justified magic? I think that's justified magic. I want to protect the people in my neighborhood from somebody who's a rapist. Let's do a binding spell. I have no problem with it. Someone else might say, I can't do a binding spell. That's their prerogative. But this is the thing. Witchcraft is not a religion. There is no pope of witchcraft. There's no pope of magic. You get to decide for you what's right for you. No one gets to decide except you what's right for you. So if you don't want to do baneful magic, don't do baneful magic. That's your ethical choice. If you want to do it on a case-by-case basis, that's also your choice. If you want to do all baneful magic, that can also be your choice. I can't tell you what your practice is going to be. So you get to decide for you. You get to decide for you what your ethics are. If you have a religion, look first to that religion to see what the practices are, what the rules are, what the ethics are. If you don't have a religion, if you're a solitary practitioner or an eclectic witch or somebody who's just doing it on their own, then you get to decide for you. So if you want to do a banishing, you can do a banishing and not suffer repercussions. It's not a universal law. It's a practice and a rule that was established by Wiccans for Wiccans. And if you're not a Wiccan, doesn't apply. You just do your own thing and figure it out as you go along.